Fiery Warsong is one of the most powerful Atgeirs in the brand new Assassin's Creed Dawn of Ragnarok DLC. I'm going to show you how you get it. It's also one of the coolest looking ones, as when you've got 3 enemies around you, it will burst into flame and do extra flame damage. We're basically hunting the zealot versions in this DLC, 3 of them in fact. So the first one's going to be here, as always patrolling around these roads, so it may be a bit different where you find them, but in that area. And this might be one of the first ones you find, Atgeir. She's pretty much a archery zealot. I was trying out my new hammer that I just got, and I did a huge amount of damage by sneaking up on them. So it may be well worth using the Valhalla skill to go ahead and pretend to be one of them so you can get up a bit closer. Obviously don't forget also to use your bow and arrow. You can take out their weak spots and do a lot more damage against them, as you saw from that shot. She does fire flames from her mouth, and she does use her bow to good effect as well if you try and just pepper her from too far a distance. Her unstoppable attack is a pretty powerful and long lunge and then an uppercut, so be on the lookout for that one. But out of the 3, she was probably the easiest to handle, especially as I accidentally switched weapons and I forgot how to switch it back, so I ended up having to fight her with my fists halfway through. But I managed to kind of cheese and stump on her using the hammer to knock her down quite a lot. And as I said, you can use your bows and arrows, but be careful as she'll be doing the same thing. Once you get them 2 weak spots, it does reduce a lot, but she won't have any more after that. Eventually you whittle her down to full health, and you can stop her from using her last ditch special. All 3 of them do this pretty much when they get to the last sort of 15%. They'll do a big massive attack, and sometimes it can do a huge amount of damage. But you can kill them just before that happens if you're quick enough. So you'll get 1 piece of blade, you'll also get some runes, and of course a ton of experience as well. Plus of course Magma Blood and Living Spark. So that one was in Svalbard. Next one is going to be in Gullimer, and you can see again it's pretty much in the northern parts, pretty close to this mill or mining area. So you've got to be careful, because if it does walk around this point, you've got guards that will come and attack you at the same time. I found this one a little bit tougher. It was actually the first boss I took on in order, but I do think you'll find the arch one first if you're patrolling normally. But yeah, powerful attacks, does lava damage with both fists in front of her, and as long as you're quick and adept you can move around. She should be a medium range with the shield and obviously the long sword. Again, she's got her unstoppable attack, which is a pretty powerful lunge, and then over the top. And then again, like I said, more guards can be called upon as they do patrol around this road as well if you pick this spot to ambush her. So same thing applies, you should be able to get a fair amount of damage if you pretend to be a muscle helm, or you can just sneak up on them. You obviously can't do the assassinations on them, but you still can do a huge amount of damage. It's at this point of their health they usually pull out their super special, and she or he is about to do it here, but I managed to actually kill her before that happened. So that was the end of Ram. Another broken blade, more magma blood and more living sparks, as well as a rune of perfection. Next one is all the way over to the west hand side, so you might not be exploring this until close to the end unless you really want to go ahead and get this weapon early. Which is kind of doable. Obviously it says you probably need to be like 270, 290, but yeah, you could make a beeline if you really want to get this weapon. It is the most powerful in terms of how much output it does, in terms of critical chance as well, out of all the Atgeirs that I've found so far, so it's definitely worth it. Trial here is a bit of a lumpy bugger. He's obviously got his big axe, but he shouldn't be too many problems. He's pretty slow, so you'll be able to move and get out of the way, and he doesn't really have a huge range attacks, although when he does get close to dying he does pull off probably the one attack that did me a bit of nuisance. He will pretty much make a big cloud of dust and dirt, and it makes it a lot harder to fight and see him exactly. But again, as long as you're moving around, you've got plenty of stamina to dodge around or parry, then you should be okay. As you can see though, I did take a bit of licking before I eventually got the flow right. Keep whittling away at him and eventually you will be able to finish him off, and you'll get the 3rd and final piece of the blade. You then just need to take it to any blacksmith, nothing else special needs to be done, just one regular blacksmith, and they will go ahead and craft you the Atgeir. It will come in mythical form, so you will have to upgrade it. Go and check out my video on how to get almost unlimited upgrades if you've got the Carolinium pack from the Amazon Prime giveaway a little while ago. That might still be working right now. And yeah, have a look at the stats. Once it's fully upgraded, 161 attack damage, and then it's a huge amount of critical hit as well. It's around 7 to 10 more damage attack than the other Atgeirs, and definitely about 10 to 12 more critical hit. And obviously it does look cool when you actually go and use it. You do need the 3 enemies around you before it starts to become on flame, and obviously it will do more damage. If you've got anything else that stacks or multiplies that flame damage, even better. So enjoy the weapon, make sure you go and enjoy the rest of my guides I'm doing on this game's DLC. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me know what you're going to be looking for first. Is it axes? Is it the Atgeir like this? And I'll show you all the other special weapons in the game as well soon. Until next time, bye bye ratbags.